Now, something that would be nice to know if we ever got started production on, but it'll never actually happen, is the Crow reboot that has more or less been in development hell for what feels like forever. There's been various actors attached to it over time. Luke Evans, Jason Momoa. Well, now, one of the people involved with the film back then showed more or less some test footage, like actual stuff that they shot as with Jason Momoa as the Crow. And Josh and I are both huge Crow fans, and if we had to compile like a top 10 or top 5 even list of most underrated comic book movies, top of the list. The Crow does not get the attention it deserves nowadays. And I was always very curious about this reboot because of the love I have for the original, but also I'm not a superstitious person, but I'm a little stitious. And this movie is genuinely cursed. Like, directors dropping out left and right, actors dropping out left and right. Then there was a picture, I feel like it was a year or so ago, that someone shared of Jason Momoa with some of the makeup on. He was like hiding behind somebody so you only get the top half, and he had the Eric Draven makeup, and he didn't look too bad. Then this footage comes out, and I kind of really, really love it. Like, I don't see Jason Momoa, but I also don't see Brandon Lee. I just see the Crow, and that's a hard thing to nail because, you know, they've done Crow movies, and they don't always look good. We don't talk about City of Angels.
We don't talk about those movies.
We don't talk about,
exist.
what was it, like, The Crow Revelation or something like that?
Oh my gosh.
But I was like, I'm genuinely disappointed this didn't happen. But at the same time, I'm kind of wondering if this was let out there to test the waters to see how people reacted to it, a la the leaked Deadpool footage.
That's exactly what I was thinking. They're like, I just see it's Ryan Reynolds going, yeah, someone leaked the footage, quote unquote. I don't know what happened, but this footage is out there. And like this tweet to me reads the same way. It's like, oh man, we found this test footage. I guess y'all want to see it. Like, shut up. There's no way that you're just allowed to send out test footage. Like, that's not how that works. You have to get permission for that. But God, this looks good. I'm so okay. Look, as someone who was the Crow for Halloween one year, it was not a good costume, but like I was happy and everybody.
Edgelord.
Dude, everybody I knew was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "The Crow." And they're like, "Who's that?" And I was like,
I'm from the Royal Flush Gang.
I don't want to explain it.
I'm Chance, the clown.
Oh God. But yeah, dude, like this looks. I mean, it looks a little like the Crow took steroids and got jacked. Is like I'll get out, but like I don't know if I'm against that. Like, how horrifying would it be if in like the OG Brandon Lee Crow scene where he's like fighting the knife guy, if he's also jacked? Like that is actually pretty terrifying. But who knows if it'll see the light of day? But I'm with you. I think this is definitely one of those like, hey, this is some test footage we found. You'll want to see more? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It could be cool.
And again, if I didn't know that this was Jason Momoa, I think I probably could have figured that out eventually. But the look of it doesn't look like Momoa. And I know some people are just like, it's Jason Momoa. He's too big. He's whatever, or he's in everything. Jason Momoa, or at least the outward persona that he portrays to people as an actor, I get very, very Eric Draven vibes from him of kind of the loner, man of the earth, rock star kind of vibe, which I very much get from Eric Draven, and I think that he would absolutely get the assignment. But also, I'm down for this casting because I think a lot of people think of him as Aquaman or Khal Drogo, but he's got a lot of dramatic performances underneath his belt for a lot of indie movies that go under the radar for a lot of people, that I think he could absolutely bring a lot of pathos to this character, and he might have the star power to actually get this movie made. I doubt this movie will ever get made, But if anybody could make it happen, I think Momoa might be one of them. And just looking at this test footage, I'm really mad that it doesn't exist. Like, this looked a lot better than I was expecting it to be. It looks The Crow, which is a very hard aesthetic to nail.
No, I agree. I think too the only reason I'm gonna have hope on this is because, and I don't remember if it was in an interview or in a tweet or something like that. Jason himself has like apologized, like that he had to leave the project. Like he's like, dude, like it was something I'm really passionate about. There were some conflicts or blah blah blah.
Yeah, he
But I
stayed on
had
it for years.
Yeah, he was like, I really wanted it to happen, but it just wouldn't. It was not going to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more crow content coming our way. Whether I think, if at the very least, an HBO Max movie would be cool. I think you could. That's
Ooh.
totally your. If you don't trust it to go to theaters, which I totally understand, that's fine. Whatever. Do an HBO Max movie. That's fine. That it still gets the quality, still gets the reach that it deserves and that it can have. It just you don't have as quote unquote much of a financial commitment. I don't. You know what I mean? I think there's definitely a market there for it, especially nowadays.